Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Alicia and I'm a New York State licensed cosmetologist, and if you couldn't tell, today I have a hair video in store for you, and this is going to be quite a fun one. So let's get into it. Of course, as always with wet hair, our first step is going to be heat protector, because the two styles that we're doing today are going to involve heat. I am using the brand Inner Sense, which is a non-toxic, woman-owned hair care company. I purchased this on Amazon and it is their Hair Love Prep Spray. So this is going to help maintain the style while also protecting our hair from the heat. So I'm just going to spray that all over with only a little bit in the roots, the most from the mid-length to the ends. And then I am taking my Crown Affair comb and just brushing my hair through so it is knot free. While I comb my hair through, I am also parting it. And today I am going to do a middle part because I'm actually going to show you on one side what one style of curls looks like, and then on the other side what the other styles looks like. So we're going to have a little comparison of this to that. Next step is to blow dry your hair. So for one half, I'm going to blow dry it 100% dry, and then for the other half, I'm only going to blow dry it about like 80 to 90% dry or so. And I'm purposely not telling you what I'm doing until we get to it, because I just think that the anticipation is a little bit fun. So like I said, one side is going to be fully dried and the other side is going to be 80 to 90% dry. And I'm actually pointing to the opposite sides. This side is going to be fully dry and this will be my partial dry, but that is our next step. We have our heat protector in and our hair combed out. Now let's blow dry. Okay, things are looking a little bit crazy right now, but now that we are done with what that arm workout of a blowout was, also, in case you're wondering, no technique, it was just a rough dry, as you can see, and I was using the first heat setting, but the second fan setting. So I was using low heat and the second out of 3 fan settings. I always prefer to use the lower heat than the higher heat to protect my hair. So now that we're at the next step, I'll tell you that this side of our head that we are going to test out is rollers, and we are going to compare it to what the curls using the curling iron on this side of my head will look like. So I'm going to start with the roller side first. I have the attachment that goes with the Shark Ninja that's gonna help me get my hair in a position for the roller. So first thing I am going to do is just section out my hair. I have to grab another clippy. So I'm gonna just section this side up and out of the way because this is our curling iron side. And then for the roller side, I am going to start with splitting this side in half from above the ear and then dragging it around the back. So now we have upper half and lower half. And then I will take another clippy and tie off the remainder of that hair. So this is the small section that I'm starting with. Again, I'm going to, let me clean this up a little bit and just get that piece out of the way and clipped back. I am going to just comb it through to make sure that we are smooth and knot free. And then I'm going to take my Shark Ninja with the curl barrel attachment, and similarly on low heat I'm gonna dumb it down to the first fan setting instead of the second one so that it's a little bit less frizzy and just chaotic. And once I turn the iron on, I am going to split this piece into 2. And I'm going to let the barrel, or the hair actually, wrap around the barrel. And then I'm gonna bring it up to my scalp, hold for a second, turn the tool off, and then pull it out to separate. And then I'll show you what we do next with the roller step. Okay, now that we have our beautiful twisty curl, I'm going to take my roller, because when I do the curling iron, I'm going to do all my hair in the same direction. It doesn't necessarily align or correlate, but I'm going to do the same size roller for my entire head, because that's just what I think would be fun to do. So I'm going to take this piece that we just curled, and I'm gonna kind of straighten her out a little bit. And I'm going to then follow the curve of the curl that we just created and kind of like brush the roller down and slowly but surely smoothing the hair over the Velcro roller. Roll it up, and then because it is a Velcro roller, it should just stay nicely once you have it all the way rolled up. So essentially, this is what we're gonna do for the rest of our head. Let me finish this bottom section and then I'll speed this up. Okay, so this is our roller side done and just setting. So while this sets, I'm gonna go onto my other side and use my curling iron. I have used this same curling iron for as long as I can remember. It is a bedhead, single barrel, no clip. I think this is 1 inch thick, not entirely sure. But I don't know if they even still have it, to be honest. I got this on Amazon and it was years ago when it was only $15. And to be honest, I doubt it is only $15 anymore. But anyway, that's enough rambling. This is currently heating up. So while I wait for it to get hot, I am similarly to this side, just going to section out my hair. So I'm going to start at the top of my ear, drag it across. I'm gonna do it with this hand because it'll work a little bit better. Okay, drag it across to create 2 halves, and then just take a clippy and get the rest of this hair out of the way. And like I briefly mentioned earlier, what I'm gonna do is brush my sections through so that they are smooth and knot free. And then once this baby is heated up and ready to go, I'm going to take about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inch or so thick sections, and just curl my hair away from my face, like so. And then hold it for a couple of seconds, let it go, and it will come out neater and nicer than that. But then I'm just going to let it sit while I do the rest of my section here at the bottom. And then I'm going to work my way up to the top, following the same pattern. And then by the end of it, we will see and take the rollers out and compare and contrast. So I know this is crazy, but you know me, trust the process. Let's see how this turns out. Now both of our sides are done. Again, I am letting the curls on this side just sit until we take the rollers out, and then I will run my hand through them and kind of shake them up a little bit. Again, everything on this side with the curling iron was twisted in the same direction away from my face. and I am so curious to see the differences of how each side is going to look and to let you know which one's my favorite, and then for you to let me know which one is your favorite. So without further ado, these rollers have been setting for a good amount of time, so let's slowly but surely start to take them out. I am going to start on the bottom, and I am going to very slowly and gently hold close to the root while I pull the roller out of my hair, twisting it in that direction, and then just letting it fall and do its thing. Next up is this roller that came out super easily. And then I'm just gonna keep working my way up. So this is side one with the rollers. I love how full and bouncy and loose and voluminous this side is. I like that it's kind of a little bit crazy. The hair is just sort of doing whatever it wants, and it has some really nice volume to it while still being a very loose wave, and again, a little bit more bouncy and voluminous. So now let's shake up this side with the curls, and I'm gonna start first with just brushing my hands through each section to make sure that they're nice and loose, and then I'm gonna take my hairbrush and do a second round. So far, definitely a different look, but also the volume is there. The curls are obviously a bit tighter because the curling iron is a smaller width than that of the roller. Let's take the hairbrush now and just gently brush these curls through. And honestly, they're similar. They are similar in that both sides have pretty good volume, I will say. And each side has its own character in the sense that, like I mentioned, this is a little bit looser, a little bit more voluminous, a little bit more bouncy, whereas this still has the volume, but is a little bit more defined, but isn't like super tight coil defined, you know? We have some apparent curls, but it's also a little bit crazy and a little bit, I don't really know how else to describe it. Like, it's defined, but it still has like a looseness and like a coolness about it, similar to the roller side being like a blowout type look. So if I had to choose, it's a tough decision. It really is. I think I'm gonna go with the roller side because I think I like the body and the looseness a little bit more than the defined curls. But this side is also really beautiful. So it's a tough decision, but let me know what you think. Also, give one of these two looks a try to see which works best for you and what you like on yourself more. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next month.